Jordan here with Prescript.com. Today we're going to go over a quick video about the importance of rear delts in your training. The rear delt fly is often like this bastardized exercise that we go through. Now, the reason is that a lot of it's in the name, right? Like we think about it, we think fly, and most people think pec fly, right? So the pec attaches in on the sternum, which is the midline or the front of the body. The thing is, when we train the rear delt attaches onto the spine of the scapula. So it comes in right about here on the shoulder blade, and it doesn't go right to the midline of the back of the body. So when people hear rear delt fly, pec fly, they think, okay, just the same but opposite, right? Pec fly, we're gonna move through this big arcing range of motion. And so the rear delt fly, they're thinking the exact same thing, right? We're gonna get that shoulder blade involved. But once the shoulder blade starts moving, we're actually no longer keeping tension in that rear delt. Now, we get posed with the questions like, well, should we be training muscles in isolation? Is that functional? If we think about how we train in the gym, and if you're a barbell athlete, yes, it is functional because movements like the bench press or the overhead press, we're making sure our shoulder blades don't move at all. So we need that rear delt to be able to be strong against a fixed scapula. Now, if you're more of a conventional athlete, if you're a volleyball player, if you're a golfer, if you're a pitcher, then yes, maybe creating some more integration into the scapula as we move through that range of motion, that large arcing range of motion, that might be a little bit better. But if we're in the gym, isolation is actually going to be functional. So making sure when we're doing this rear delt fly, we're keeping the scapula fixed and we're just moving the humerus on that fixed scapula. Why? Because when I'm bench pressing or overhead pressing, I'm just going to be moving that humerus on a fixed scapula. Protraction and retraction are not going to be moments that I'm going to be going through under load of my compound lifts. So it is very functional. The thing you have to do is define what your function is. So for more conventional athletes, your rear delt fly might be a little bit more integrative as the scapula begins to move to get that end range of motion. But for conventional sort of barbell sport athletes or GPP, general physical preparedness gym goers, maybe if the heaviest thing you're going to be lifting is that isolated bench press, it's best to treat the rear delt in its way it's going to function under heavy load, and that's going to be move the humerus on a fixed scapula. So we're just going to be right here cutting about 1/3 of the range of motion down. So it's going to look a little something like this. All right, guys, so a little bit of an unconventional approach to treating the shoulder, training the shoulder. If you're looking for more corrective exercise programming, head over to www.pre-script.com.